Hey guys, and welcome to another Dragon Village collection video. In today's video we'll be looking at the Folktale that came up with the update of today as of recording in this today. So the first story is Noah. So very curious. So the completion reward will be Battleship Appearance Noah and the gender will be random. Okay, that's pretty nice. Let's start the story. Where did it go wrong? Maybe it's because of Noah's personality that he can never just pass by when he finds someone in trouble. Well, there's a lot of text actually. Noah, who was swimming slowly with his companions high above the planet Alethea, where it touches space, was met with a large flash and a deafening roar before his eyes, and he fell slowly from the sky with tremendous pain. I lost my mind. Oh, that actually sounds really sad. As countless hours passed by, Noah regained consciousness and lost it several times due to extreme pain. When I came to my senses, I had to swallow a groan of pain. Although he couldn't fully inspect his body, it was clear that his injuries were quite serious. When Noah finally came to his senses, he felt that some people were surrounding his body, touching him here and there, and exchanging egg stories with each other. Since I felt no malice, I had no choice but to leave my injured and exhausting body as is. That sounds actually pretty depressing if I'm being completely honest. So, the first mission is obtain 3 adult aqua dragons. So I'm assuming this counts from the moment now. So now I have to get 3 aqua dragons. In order to proceed with the story, you must meet certain conditions for each story to obtain the story. Only one tale can be progressed at the same time. Well, for now, it's only Noah's story. If you give up, you can resume from the point of giving up when you acquire it again later. Oh, that's actually really, really nice. The conditions that require clearing each page of each tale can be counted from the time the page is acquired. Okay, so right now, I'll need to score 3 aqua dragons. So for me, that's gonna be a bit of hours, maybe some days in real life. So for you guys, that's just gonna be a cut. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And welcome back. So I achieved the 3 adult aqua dragons. So let's claim our reward. Okay. Noah opened his eyes in a huge empty room. In the corner there was some dragon fruit and an artificial lake large enough for Noah to bathe in. After feeling puzzled for a moment by the artificial room that seemed to have been made just for him, Noah realized that his body was strangely heavy. Interesting. Noah was surprised when he floated and saw his fin. Both fins, wrapped in bandages, were supported by solid steel. Noah began to move quickly towards the water in front of him. At that time, beyond the clear water, an unfamiliar dragon with metal parts attached to his entire body, including his face, was looking at me. Interesting. I can scroll all the way up, but there's nothing there. So now I'll need 3 adult Luas. So as before, for you guys it's just gonna be a quick second, but I'm gonna do this off screen. So see you guys in the next cut. And welcome back. So I finished the 3 Luas. I don't know how to pronounce that. So let's claim that reward. Okay, now we need 3 adult Tylons. As Noah's screams filled the room, a door opened in what used to be a wall, and several humans rushed in. The humans, who spoke quickly in egg words, gradually approached the struggling Noah. The dragon that followed the humans were all clad in hard steel armor or had parts of their body mechanized. Mechanized? Among the humans, a human with a unique purple hair appeared. He made his way through the crowd of people who were faltering at the huge writhing size of Noah, and reached out his hand in a familiar manner and placed his hand on the bridge of Noah's nose. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next little bit. And we finished the new quest. So let's claim our reward. Okay, so we need now 2 adult root persons, if I pronounce it right. Although I couldn't understand the language, countless emotions and thought came rushing in as the human hand touched the bridge of my nose. Huge star wheels slowly falling from the sky, roaring noises and acrid smoke erupting here and there. A continent full of metals such as hard steel. The humans on the continent who saw Noah and his companions falling ran all over the place to save at least one more dragon from being attacked. Nevertheless, the seriously injured group set off on a long, uncertain journey. Noah, who was able to see the past in fragments through humans, began to tremble and cry bitterly at the fact that he was alone. Noah, who was crying in sad, saw other humans and dragon approaching him. And then I felt a momentary tingling sensation and went out of my mind again. Oh, that sounds so sad. So I need 2 adult root persons, and I'll see you in the next fragment. And I've collected the 2 root pearls. Let's claim the reward and go to next. Then we're halfway there. Humans distressed in white clothes walked around, busily examining themselves. His entire body was bound with hard steel so that he could not move, and the people surrounding him were talking to each other in an egg language, flipping through wads of white paper in their hands. As Noah struggled making a loud noise that shook the lab, a purple-haired man who had been watching the big screen from afar came running urgently. As I gently comforted Noah, who was struggling in frustration, Noah's movements became quiet. In the echo of the heart, heard to the man's hand, no feeling of harm were felt. And now we need 2 adult Mamunias. So let's get them. And I got the 2 Mamunias. So let's claim that reward. We're on take 6 now. Through his long association with this human, Noah gradually became able to understand the language of this country. I could feel my wounds healing day by day, and my body became heavier in proportion. Occasionally an headache and lethargy? I have no clue how to pronounce it, I'm sorry, struck me. When the purple-haired man who introduced himself as Janus patted me, I found myself in a state of peace. It may have been natural that Noah, who received goodwill, help, and consideration, could not refuse Janus' request. Janus explained that Noah's abilities would be helpful to injured dragon and humans like Noah. Even if they could not understand each other's language, he began to persuade Noah that sound waves, which are stronger in the water, have the power to resonate with others, and that if combined with this country's mechanical civilization, more lives could be saved outside the water. After accepting Janus' request, more mechanical parts began to run on Noah's body. The body became heavier and was lined with cold metal. It was almost completely healed except for the large scars, but the headaches were still there. There were times when my body was lethargic, and there were moments when it moved against my will. Noah cried sometimes, included the sounds of machinery or metal. Noah, who thought the after effects of his injury would last for a long time, regained his stability after seeing Janus visit him every night. Janus said he was Noah's companion and brought several robot fish to him as gifts. The robot, which resembles tiny friends swimming together in the deep sea, blinked their red eyes and waved their fins towards Noah. As Noah looked at the small, fish-like robots, he vaguely recalled the image of the sea becoming cloudy in his memory. Okay, this is interesting. Now we need one adult Thunderbolt dragon. Let's get that. So I got the one adult Thunderbolt dragon, so let's continue the story. We get some pills for that. We're on take 7 now, and we need an adult bubble dragon. Noah made the loudest noise he could make in the testing room. Then beyond the hidden wall I saw a dragon collapsed and being carried away. As he watched the humans carrying the fallen dragon and moving it as if they were organizing things, he was shocked to learn that he had a threatened dragon. Resonance test. Janice always explained this to Noah, who was confused. The dragon just now is a very ferocious dragon that was trapped here after injuring many lives. I volunteered for this test with the promise of reduced sentence, so you don't have to worry. After the resonance test was over, Janice asked Noah how often his place was attacked, how much his country was protecting this area, and how many humans were there thanks to Noah's abilities, and wherever the dragons were protected. Meanwhile, he steadily monitored Noah's conditions. Sometimes he came with a group of humans dressed in white clothes. While Noah and Janice were communicating, they continued to check whether the parts attached to Noah were working properly and whether the replaced tail fin could move smoothly. Leaving Noah and the men behind, the researchers continued to exchange stories and delightedly record something on white paper. Sorry about that voice crack. The shapeless echoing sounds that heals and resonate can be used as a lethal attack, slightly modified when combined with the Republic's technology. Because it has no shape, it will be very useful for raids. The neural connections parts attached to object number 4 shows a synchronization rate of about 98%. So let's get that adult bubble dragon. So I got the adult bubble dragon. Let's claim this reward and go to page 8 already. Okay. For some reason, the persistent headache gradually became dull and made Noah lethargic. Even when the researchers got on the body and replaced the parts, added new metal, or made a sharp metallic sound, he didn't think anything of it. The image of myself looking beyond the water was somber than before. It was covered with such a delicate mechanical parts that it was difficult to find its original form as seen before. It was difficult to tell to what extent it was Noah's original body. To what extent is it originally my body? Noah, who had been interacting with Janice through resonance, gradually stopped communicating. Janice did not feel offended by Noah's action. All he did was lightly pat the bridge of Noah's nose, which was covered in metal. Occasionally I would be called to the test site, and each time I would receive similar requests as before. A strong resonant sound was emitted, and many dragons fell, leaving behind Noah, who was standing quietly. The researchers were recording various things. Noah stopped thinking while detailed research continued day after day, such as how much damage would be caused when energy was released, and whether it was possible to narrow the sound range of the cry and focus the attack on specific points. Now I need one adult coelacanth. Let's get that one. And I've got the adult coelacanth, so let's claim that reward, and we're on page 9 already. Noah number 4 is the final stage of work. You can proceed with experiment with the next dragon. You've worked hard. This dragon's body is quite large and its emotions are more delicate and rich than expected. So it seems that it took a long time to control it. Thanks to you I was able to gain a lot, so it was okay. By being able to identify the main habitat, characteristics and personality of the dragon in question, I think it will be a great help in the mechanization, development, research of the Principality of Miheim. Sir Janus reports the progress in a quiet voice and talks excitedly. Noah moved quietly among the researchers who were exchanging words. The robot fish that Janus gave as a gift followed Noah as if they were following Noah. While passing through the long hallway, the cold metal on Noah's body occasionally made clanking and clanking sounds. Okay, so for this one, we'll need an adult battle. So let's get that one. So, I got the adult battle, so let's claim the 400 dragon drinks. And now we're on the last one. And we get the battleship appearance Noah egg from this. The endless huge space that emerged after passing through the long hallway was filled with combat craft equipped with all kinds of weapons and mobile combat rules. Sorry, I got confused a bit by that. The eyes of the machine in the form of humans and dragons were glowing red, but there was no feeling of life. Despite the large number of combat robots that filled the huge space, the area was quiet, and only the voices of the researchers who came in with Noah rang out. In a huge space, a group of people who had traveled together among the stars were lined up in a similar shape to Noah. Not only that, but many dragons had mechanical parts all over their body. I couldn't feel any life force, but only heard mechanical sounds. In the eerie silence, Noah quietly entered and stood in the same place as them. All batches up to number 4 have been completed. You can deploy when entered the next area. Okay, let us deploy to the forefront and enter together. Very interesting, very interesting. So for the next part, we need an adult Cleo. So let's get that one. So I got the adult Cleo, so let's go to ChntalX. And there is the Noah battleship appearance. Oh, ChntalX. Let's see. I'm gonna quickly check the Wikipedia, which is the differences. I forgot that they switched in about the gender select with the tail ones now. So let me quickly check. There's not much difference, like the base one, not the battleship one, but the default one just has changed in horns, but the battleship one actually has 2 extra cannons on the head. So I think I'm just gonna go for the female one. Oh, it actually shows. So as you can see, just the cannons. That's all the difference I could find. Oh, and the scar. With the male it's under the eye, with the female it's on the like throat, I think that is. I think I'm gonna go for the female. I hope I can go for it again. And then get the male. So this egg can be placed in a brooder. So that's actually pretty nice. So I hope you enjoyed this little folktale of Noah. Let me know what you guys think of Noah and the folktale in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are new. Hit the notification button to be notified whenever a new video goes live. In the description down below, a link to the game, as well as a link to my Discord if you like to join. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.